Just a quick one, guys, before we get into today's video. I want you to check out the channel's official clothing store, RFC Clothing. Each design is limited edition and is perfect to wear on a match day, on the terraces at Ibrox, down your local, or cozy in the comfort of your own home. Do browse our t-shirts by going down into the link in the description or going to rfcclothing.com. Anyway, let's get into today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, guys. Hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Guys, in today's video, as always, here to bring you up to date with all of the latest Rangers news from the last 24 hours. That includes former Rangers hero and manager, actually, Ali McCoist, coming out and blasting the club on and off the pitch. Yes, takes a huge aim at how the club's being ran at this moment in time, so we'll dig into that, of course, as the main subject of today's video. We're also going over a few other bits and pieces within the Rangers space. So of course, yesterday we brought you a bit of transfer news with regards to Bradaric, of course the left back that plays for Salernitana out in Italy. No further update with regards to that. What we were told last night is that Rangers had opened initial talks with the Italian side over potentially getting him on a loan with an option to buy, but the Italian side want more of an obligation to buy if they want to make something happen this summer. Of course, Rangers in the market for a few positions by the looks of things, but as I explained yesterday, with Ridvan Yalmaz out for 4 to 6 weeks, Yafty probably looking better as a left winger, we probably do need some more cover at left back because you can't hang your hat on Ridvan Yalmaz. So that's a kind of update with regards to that. Well, no update, just a summary of that bit of transfer news. But apart from that, guys, absolutely nothing in the outgoing department and nothing in the incoming department apart from a Raheem Sterling crappy rumour I heard earlier on today stating that he can go to Rangers or Celtic on loan. Look, we ain't going to be getting Raheem Sterling on loan. Absolutely zero chance of that, so I'm not even going to bring that to the table. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of all that we've got in the sort of transfer roundup, if you like. However, there has been an Australian international, Rene Malustine, has reflected on the ongoing challenges faced by iconic Scottish Premiership clubs like Celtic and Rangers due to the standard of the rest of the league. The Australian national team coach feels there's the need for a stronger domestic competition to elevate their performances on the European stage, having observed several matches while scouting the growing number of Aussies piling their trade in the Scottish top flight. He said, I go up to Scotland a fair bit because obviously there's quite a few Australian players playing there. We have got players playing for Hibs, we've got players playing for Hearts, we've got players playing for Motherwell and Dundee. Obviously a few years ago we had Aaron Moy for Celtic, who was an outstanding player, absolutely fantastic. Every time I visited Celtic Park or go to Rangers or any other club, it's vibrant. Sometimes Celtic and Rangers are held back by the league they play in. They could hit much higher levels if they had a better opposition week in and week out, and I think that is why they have fallen short in Europe. They don't meet the kind of opposition, and suddenly they get hit hard by stronger teams from abroad. Looking ahead, Molson is focused on his role as an assistant coach for the Australian national team, but didn't rule out returning to football management in the future. So yes, interesting to being talked about from other coaches around the world, obviously taking an eye and having a look on Scottish football, but I think that's something that we've already knew. As Rangers fans, we're obviously held back a lot by the league standards and you know the money that we get from this league. It's like operating on a literal shoestring budget, and we're an absolute Goliath of a football club. Now, talking about this Goliath football club that is failing in pretty much every single department, Ali McCoist has admitted that he's devastated by the current ongoings at Rangers amid their early season struggles. The former striker insists he feels very sorry for Philippe Clement, with his squad still badly in need for reinforcements to compete with Celtic for the Scottish Premiership title this season. The club already has been dumped out of the Champions League qualifying by Dynamo Kiev, and McCoy says that the Europa League or even the Europa Conference League is more Rangers level at this moment in time. He also took it at the board a situation of having to play home matches at Hampden, as he insisted that's not where Rangers should be. He said, I'm genuinely devastated at what's going on at my club. The recruitment goal goalkeeper, Jack Butland and Dusan Sterling aside, has been unbelievably poor. They've given money to people to spend who haven't spent it wisely at all. We're not even playing at our home games at Ibrox now. I've seen this happen the last couple of games. There's big gaps at Handon. That's not where Rangers should be. On the pitch, when Miles off it breaks my heart to say it. And off the pitch, we also got an unbelievable amount of work to do. There doesn't seem to be any leadership. The previous chief executive has gone to Saudi Arabia, and I'm not sure about the job he actually did previously. The fact of the matter is Rangers aren't a Champions League team at this moment in time. It's worth mentioning that we saw one of the worst refereeing decisions in years, which did have an influence on the game of such an importance. That aside, Rangers are short at this moment in time. There's no way Rangers could handle the Champions League. Speaking to Jeff Stelling, he continued, there was a few quid spent on players, £3 million and £4 million here and there weren't for me out for Rangers supporters. We've got problems and they have to be addressed as soon as possible. I have genuine sympathy for Philippe Clement because at this moment in time it's pretty clear he has got a few out the door before he can get any in. The fact of the matter is the squad at this moment in time sadly isn't good enough to win the league. We are a Europa League or Conference League team, it's simple as that. In terms of the Scottish Premiership, the best we can hope for is to always win it, and I'm an eternal optimist, but if Rangers win the league it'll be one of the greatest triumphs ever. So, Ali McCoist, obviously devastated, as probably many of us are, and frustrated with the way that Rangers are being handled at this moment in time. But of course, speaking about the shambles that's currently going on at this moment in time at Rangers, and of course has kind of said how it really is. You know, I've said for a long time we're not a Champions League team regardless. Even Celtic, as much as everyone's blowing smoke up their arse, they're not a Champions League team. Scottish teams just aren't Champions League teams anymore. We haven't got the finances to compete at that level. So really, we're Europa League teams, of course. But yeah, I mean, shambles from top to bottom at this moment in time. And I keep on saying, 11 days to go of this transfer window. So much work to do on the pitch. And I just have a weird feeling that we're not going to be getting any players in. It's just simple as that. We're probably going to be stuck with this team, and it's going to be fucking disastrous. Genuinely, it's going to be a disastrous campaign if that's our team. We're 2 injuries away from a crisis. We are pretty much in a crisis anyway. But already in 2 games, as in Robin Proper and Rid van Jelmers go out. It's not a great time. I mean, the Rangers board, if they want to stand any chance of doing anything this year, they do need to, of course, spend some money. But easier said than done. Of course, apparently we haven't got the cash to go out there and spend. So it's super frustrating. Ali McCoist has said how it is. But yeah, I don't know if there's too many optimists out there. Of course, it looks like Philippe Clement is trying to bridge the gap between the supporters and the team and have that sort of unity together, which could bode quite well for us. But certainly he needs a helping hand from that Rangers board because they are hanging him out to dry. They gave a car salesman the keys to the city and he's getting fuck all. A really good coach, so I do feel sorry for him. But yeah, Rangers fans, still let me know your thoughts on Ali McCoist's words and let me know where you think we'll genuinely finish this season and what trophies, or will we win trophies this year? Let me know down in the comment section below. Hit that like, hit the subscribe button, and remember to check out our summer collection. Link is down in the description, or go to rfcclothing.com. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.